Recap: a man finds a diary in his apartment, written in his own handwriting though he has no memory of writing it. The diary records his daily life with exact accuracy and includes an entry for next Tuesday detailing his violent death. As Tuesday approaches, entries update and events unfold to match the diary. He tries to stop it, investigating who could have written the book and whether he himself is responsible while asleep. The story builds to a tense, inevitable confrontation between fate and free will, ending on a terrifying, ambiguous note. Chapter 1: The Find. I found the diary on a Thursday morning. It sat on my kitchen table like something misplaced, its leather cover soft with use. I remember thinking I'd left it there. When I opened it, my name scrawled across the first page in handwriting I knew instinctively. It was mine, but I had no memory of writing a diary in years. The entries began the week before, and they detailed everything I had done: the coffee I had made, the call with my sister, the bus I missed because I lingered for my headphones. Each line was precise, down to the brand of the cereal I ate. I tested it. The next morning I left the kettle on the stove for a moment, and when I checked the book that night, there it was, a neat line describing the exact minute I had looked away. I felt a cold hitch in my chest. Chapter 2: The Writing. I spread the diary on the table and started comparing. It matched my day in the smallest ways. It even recorded private thoughts, the little anxieties I never told anyone. The handwriting was mine, the way I loop my Ys, the slant when I'm tired. I showed it to my neighbor. She squinted and said, "That's you." That should have solved it. It didn't. At night I would wake and find new lines added. They appeared like clockwork each morning, as if someone sat down at dawn to write a log of my life. Once I even caught a page moving when a draft blew, and the ink looked fresh. Fresh and impossibly correct. Chapter 3: The Tuesday Entry. Then I found it, an entry dated for next Tuesday. I read it and the floor dropped under me. It described a Tuesday like any other in the book's calm hand. It described me walking out at dusk, locking the door, the exact shirt I would put on. Then it described a stranger stepping from the shadows and the violence that would follow. The words were clinical and precise in the same way the rest of the diary was. No flourish, only the act. It said I would not see it coming. It said the building would be quiet except for the sound of my breath. I tried to laugh it off as coincidence. The more I read, the less laughter came. The entry closed with the hour and a line I could not shake. He did not remember writing this. Chapter 4: Fighting the Page. I took the diary everywhere. I tried to change small things. I changed my route to work. I called friends, asked someone to stay over. I left notes all over the apartment reminding myself not to leave the door unlocked. Sometimes the diary recorded these attempts like a theater critic. He left a note, then later, he threw the note away. I contacted the police, and they shook their heads. No evidence, no suspects. My friends suggested stress, sleepwalking, a prank. I tried to accept those answers, but every morning the book corrected me. Entries appeared that showed my attempts and how they failed. The book was not just predicting, it seemed to be informing what would happen next. Chapter 5: Countdown. As Tuesday neared, the tone in the book shifted. New lines were added that detailed things the book had not recorded before: a shadow at the bottom of the stairs, the sound of someone moving across the hall. Once, on Monday night, an entire page appeared describing me standing at my window and watching the street. I had not done that yet. The diary had written my future observation. I started to believe it could not be stopped. I slept on the couch with the lights on. I left the TV blaring. I kept my phone in my hand. The diary wrote, "He listened to static and pretended not to hear the building go quiet." I tried to tell myself the words were tricks of the mind, but every detail the book put in place became real. Chapter 6: The Last Page. On Tuesday I did something stupid and primitive. I went to the mirror. I wanted to prove to myself I existed separate from a book. The diary lay open on the sink, the last entry waiting like a held breath. My reflection looked tired and older than the man in the page. The final lines were not florid, but they were absolute. They described the knock on the door, my decision to open it despite every warning, the hand that would find my throat, the weight that would pin me. It was written without cruelty, only certainty. The last sentence read, "He will know for a moment, whose hand writes his ending." I backed away. The knock came, polite, the kind you answer for a neighbor. My hands were cold. I told myself to run, to call for help, to throw the book in the trash and smash it to ash. I did none of those things. I opened the door. There was no stranger at first. A shadow filled the hallway, then a figure. I looked down, and for one dizzy instant I recognized the curve of my own jawline in the stranger's face, the same anxious tilt in the eyes. The world narrowed until all I could hear was the rhythm of my own breathing. I remember the book's ink as if it were a mouth. The pages closed in my head. I remember only flashes, the scrape of shoe on tile, a hand that was both mine and not mine, the sense that the room had tilted, and a second voice, mine calm and detached, narrating. In those final moments, I understood the sick logic the diary obeyed. It did not merely record. It completed. What happened after is a thin, trembling edge in my mind. I cannot tell if I woke up later or if what I wake to is a continuation. The diary sits on my table again, open with fresh lines. The new entry is, predictably, neat. It reads, "He reads the lines and wonders if tomorrow will change anything." I trace the letters with fingers that do not feel entirely my own. I cannot be sure if I lost Tuesday or if Tuesday found me. The diary continues to be accurate. The last thing I wrote in it, if I wrote it, is a question. Who decides the ink? If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, give the video a like, leave a comment, and share the video.